Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Warbringer here, back with another video, and we got another practice video. This is a new defense that I have been running, and it's been really effective, especially against formations like bunch, especially bunch and bunch offset. It destroys it, and I feel like that's the most popular offense right now is bunch. I'd say bunch is more popular than trips tight end right now, and even though trips tight end, you can argue it might be better. Bunch is what everyone's running. So this defense is kind of specified for bunch, but it definitely can be run against other formations. I like it. I still like it against trips tight end, but mainly against like when they're running various formations and stuff like that. I'll usually just go to Mike Blitz 3, and just kind of run the double Mabel. But against these certain formations that I know how to run this defense on, I'm definitely running this. This is one of the best, probably the best defense against bunch. I'm sure of it. So this is our zone drops and our coaching adjustments. We have curl flats on 0 because if you put them on 5, they're not gonna sprint out there, right? Everyone in bunch kind of likes that quick pass to A where you just have them on the flat. You like to get it out there, get a few yards. If you put this to 0, your curl flat is gonna run straight out there. So in this defense, I'm putting a lineman, a D tackle on the curl flat. So I need him to sprint out there in time to get to the tight end. If you put it on 5 yards, he's gonna strafe out there, and it's kind of gonna be pointless. He's not gonna get out there in time. The flats, we have them at 25 because everybody likes. 25-yard cloud flats is like the signature zone drop that you want against bunch, trips tight end, all that stuff. And we have option on conservative, of course, and you can play around with ball in air. By the way, we have auto flip on. But you can play with the ball in air defense. They all kind of suck. You can have it on play ball, they're gonna swat it. You can have it on play receiver, they're gonna suck. They're not gonna do. Play receiver's decent, I guess, but I don't know. They all kind of suck, So I just kind of leave it unbalanced. Even when I'm on play ball, they're just gonna swat it and do everything but play the ball. So yeah, we just leave that unbalanced. It's kind of pointless. But those are the coaching adjustments. Now the play that we're going to be running is it's going to be 3-3-5, and you can, depending on their formation, you're going to be either running 3-3-5 wide cover 2, or you're just going to stay in 3-3-5 cover 2. If you're going against bunch, you may as well stay in 3-3-5 because you're not worried about their run. Yeah, they can throw a pit bull puppy in there or some, but for the most part, you're just going to be able to stay in 3-3-5. People in bunch, when they realize they're getting bagged, they like to get up to the line and they like to quick snap the life out of you. So any adjustments that you can eliminate from having to use, you need to do it, because I go against these bunch people all the time, and once they realize that they're bagged, they're going to start getting to the line and they're just going to snap it as fast as they can. And so any adjustment you can eliminate, do it. So basically we're going to start out in Tampa 2. And let's see if they actually have bunch. I didn't even see, but we can go to cluster. It's kind of the same thing. So our first adjustment is going to be to press, play underneath, and play outside. And it's going to look like that. Second, you're going to be usering your slot corner. And then you're going to put your Y linebacker into a deep third. And that's why we're playing outside, because if you play outside, your deep halves are going to go way outside, and the middle of the field is going to be wide open. So that's why we play outside. If we don't have that middle third there, we're going to leave it, or we might even play inside, depending on his tendencies. But that's what you're going to do. That's your kind of shell. And then these two outside linebackers right here, you're going to have a safety right here, the linebacker. It wouldn't let me sub in a DB right here because I'm in franchise mode and blah, blah, blah. But basically, these are going to be your 2 one-step aheads. You're going to have 2 one-step aheads. Let me get over the abilities first. What you want on abilities is you want... I'm probably going to switch this. I have Acrobat on this guy because I like to use their Derwin and stuff. But I'm probably going to switch it to Dion. Just because this is the guy I'm using now. Deion Sanders is who I user. And you're going to have Acrobat, I believe. Yeah, you're going to have Acrobat. And then these guys also have Zone Chuck, but you can do whatever you want with that. Zone Chuck only works when you have your zone drops to default, but it is really good. It's only 1 AP, and you're gonna fatigue their receivers when it works. So it's effective when you can use it, but oftentimes I have my zone drops on 25, so kind of pointless. But I just like having it out there. So these are your 2 one steps, and that's why we play underneath and outside. because we're not worried about over the top, right? So we want our one steps and stuff to be able to play the underneath routes. And this is why we like to have our 0-yard curl flats right here, is because we need him to get out there quickly. We're just gonna let this snap. We don't have the exact abilities that we like or want, but you can see right here, everyone's kind of manned up. Everything is kind of bagged. It's obviously gonna work better with your actual MUT team. Just because like they're gonna be better and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna want to use her around right here. I know this isn't exactly what bunch looks like, but it's the same concept, you know. And you can actually cross man your linebackers too. So if it feels like he's getting a little too comfortable with something, just do something like that. So the same guys are manned up, but it's just gonna be looking a little different. He's gonna see a lot more movement, and that might freak him out a little bit. I've noticed when I play guys in this defense, they're not used to it. It's new to them. And so they get really flustered. When you change one thing, it flusters them. They might get used to one setup, and then you change one thing and they just don't know how to think. I don't know if it's going to be as good when people get used to it. I think it still will be, because it's a straight up bag. There's not really any like ways out. But when they get more used to it, yeah, I think people will start learning how to kind of beat it, but not really. For the most part, the sidelines are locked down. Everything is locked down deep, pretty much, because I'm playing underneath and outside. I don't see many holes, but your user is gonna have to be good, because you'll notice I'm the only guy in the middle, other than the people that are manned up. So you're gonna have to have a good user, and the first thing you're gonna want to do when you're usering is you want to watch that running back. Okay, if he leaks out, I need to get over there. And that's why we put our curl flats at 0. You see how he's going to sprint out there? He's going to get there on time. That was a perfect example. I wish he would have picked it off. But all right, so we're pressing, playing underneath, outside. We're manning up, and we're getting our curl flat out there. And that's what it's going to look like. And then you're going to come bring your user right here. That way you can like kind of help defend the base, help defend the counter. And now once again, we're just watching the running back. We're going to see if he leaks out. He didn't leak out. Now we're free to use it wherever we want. Now we're going to click off. That is a big tip. You know, when quarterbacks scramble, they don't usually slide on the user tackle attempt. But something you can do when they're scrambling like that is click off, and your guy is going to zoom straight to the quarterback. And oftentimes it's a hit stick, and I've gotten a few fumbles from it. But this is the general shell. I always put my curl flat on the side of the bunch, and I'm just watching the table route myself. And because I'm pressed with my cloud flat on the left, even if he throws the table route immediately, it's not going to be the worst thing. Even though I have my cloud to 25 yards, they don't sprint back, especially since I'm playing underneath. They actually kind of go back a little slower since I'm playing underneath. So it's not going to be the end of the world if you can't get there to defend that flat. You see we clicked off right there. We actually got in there with our linebacker because we occupied a blocker with our slot corner. They just tried to run the ball. It did not go anywhere. We're just going to run a few plays so you guys can just see how it does against everything. And don't be afraid to switch who you're manning up, you know? You can man up tons of different people. Doesn't really matter. That's a linebacker, that's why. You know, the linebacker's just going to get outran. But I have Justin Reed right there. Like, that's not going to happen. So right here, we're going to switch. We're going to cross man, and this time we're going to man up B. We're going to get our curl flat out there. Can't forget that. Now, this is what this is going to look like. We're just switching something up. We're putting a cross man, and then we're switching who... Oh, darn. All right. But yeah, you better have some run defense ready, because best believe they're going to want to try to run the ball. If once they see this bag happening... I was playing Weekend League earlier. I won 4 games within 40 minutes, because people just couldn't do it. They just couldn't... My 0-yard curl flat kind of freaked out right there, but... Let's see what we got a guard. All right, we're guarding this. It's the only thing that's going to be possibly open. And everything else over the top, you can see it's bagged. Everything is just in a snuggie. Now we're going to put instant replay right there, just because we kind of want to go to the next setup right now. And you see, he's going to get beat, right? This guy, he's manned up. He got beat with one step. He most likely won't. But because we have that 25-yard flat, he can't throw it on the cut. And now when you get to about this position, if you try to bullet it in there, I can click on and intercept it. So there's not a big window to throw this, even without one step ahead. There's not a big window. And then you can see our 0-yard curl flat. This is why we like the 0-yard, because you see he's going to sprint out there, or he should, but Once again, it's a slower guy. He's not going to have that much play rec. Blah, 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 blah. I have Ted Hendricks right here. He gets out there. You know, if you can have a taller guy, it is a good idea to have Ted Hendricks out there, especially because he's taller. We're going to look at X right here. With one step, it's not going to matter, but we do have a deep middle. And so that's not even close to being open. And you see, this is why we're playing outside, is because they like Z-spot. In bunch, they really like Z-spot. And so automatically, it's not going to get over the 25-yard flat plus the man coverage, right? But say it magically does. Just magically, it's not going to, but say it magically does. I'm playing outside. Look at how far outside of the numbers he went. Because this corner route went outside, this safety also went outside. So he's that far out of the numbers, there's nowhere to throw that, no matter what. No matter what. This post route is going to be bagged as well. See, even though I played outside, there's nothing bringing this guy outside. So he's actually inside the numbers. He's almost at the hash marks. There is nothing that even has a chance of getting open right here. And it's a really good bag. It's a really good bag. But we're going to go to our next setup right now. And this is one I don't really run too often because not a lot of people get through that first one. But this is it. You're going to put A and then you're going to put X still. Or yeah, it's going to look like that. And then you can actually vert hook this guy and then you can use your linebacker right here. And then if you want, curl flat right there. So now you kind of have like a cover 6-ish type of deal, kinda. But you can also just outside third him if you want, if you're a little less comfortable. But for the most part, this is what I like. Because my safety is over here on this side, I don't have to worry about really getting cover 3 bombed up the seam because my safety is already on that side. So I'm not really worried about that. I can put an outside quarter out there and be confident. There's no man coverage in it. I mean, you could probably man up Y somewhere, but it's just something to throw your guy off guard, right? You can set up these adjustments pretty fast. You just kind of have to know what you're doing. This is something you definitely don't want to do if they're quick snapping, though. If they're quick snapping, you want to stay with the man coverage type of deal. If they're giving you sort of like a vibe that they're not going to quick snap it, like they're actually trying to look at your defense, then definitely throw this out there. This might confuse them a little bit. You know, this is going to be great against a play like Z-spot or pretty much anything. I mean, you still have the double Mabel and you have a vert hook out there. You can even you can bluff blitz him and it's going to turn into a 3-rec. So you can put a man matching zone out there if you want. But there's a lot of variety in that slot corner as far as what you can do with him. You can spy him, hard flat, seam flat, vert hook, curl flat. Yeah, there's endless options with him. And we're just going to run it with a 3-rec this time. And of course they run the ball. God. That's what it looks like. You can press. You don't have to. If I have an outside quarter, I probably wouldn't press it. Just because quarters do kind of suck against a lot of routes. So quarters are valuable, but at the same time, they suck. All deep zones kind of suck. See how long it takes to get those adjustments off? And then especially online with the stupid input lag, there's no way you're going to get that off with a quick snapper. So I can't stand this. I can't stand this. I can't stand this. I'm going against an actual person online. Nobody throws the ball anymore. Now we're watching. All right, we're just going to guard that. 3-rec comes down for it. Stupid freaking curl flat that's on 0 yards wants to man match to a wheel route. Probably if you have your clouds on 25, probably just outside third that guy, honestly. Don't even risk it. Dude, like, how many plays are in this formation? But I'm going to show you guys one more time my actual setup that I really like. It's this one. By far one of the best setups against bunch. All right, we're watching that. Oh, we could have gotten that. Oh, another thing I want to teach you guys. This is good. This is good. Where is he? All right, for this play, we're going to use a Redmond. Let's see if he has the agility to do it. Something that's really valuable is the speed burst, and not a lot of people know about it. You can speed burst your user. I'm going to try to do it. I kind of upgraded Redmond to be able to do it. No, I couldn't really. But I'll try to throw some clips in there in the edit about how I'm speed bursting. Basically, the way you do it is it has to do with strafing. And you'll be able to see better representations when I add clips of how I'm speed bursting and stuff. But basically, when you're changing directions, I'm going to explain. When you're changing directions, as soon as you want to change directions, you want to tap the strafe button. Let me just use our gyre. Let me just show you. I kind of just want to run around right here. Nah, it's not really giving it to me. I'm really good at speed bursting with Dion, and especially Derwin. Derwin is a monster at it. But you are going to want to blitz your user to do it. Alright, there we go. Dumbass! Ha, you're a little boxed. You're a little boxed, aren't you? Speed burst! My brother is working on a speed burst emote. Back down. Thought I had it mapped up, but I guess that's another pick six. That's another pick six. I've had 3 pick sixes that have resulted in 0 pick sixes out of 3 pick sixes that I should have had. So now that I've shown the examples, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. You can run this against almost any offense, but the main one that it's gonna work against especially is trips tight end, bunch, all the popular ones. Pretty much all the popular ones you can run this against it because you know you've seen it before and you know what to do with your man coverage, where to put your man coverages, where to put your curl flats, etc. So any formation that you're very used to going against, definitely run this. If you're not so used to going against the formation, run the double Mabel. If you guys haven't seen that, I can actually show you. I can actually show you what the double Mabel is going to look like. So you're going to set your audible to Mike Blitz 3, and you're going to come out and cover 2 man, and then you're going to audible straight to 335 wide. You're going to set up your curl flats, and then we're going to want our vert hook on the left side right here. So basically what I did right there is I cloud flatted, I played underneath, over the top, outside. Then I put my 2 outside linebackers in curl flats, and then I shifted my line left since the tight end is on the left side. Crashed my line out, that way my auto flip didn't interfere with who I was putting in a vert hook and a 3-rec. I could put either one of the linemen in it. And then I put my X guy in a vert hook. That way the left side's completely locked up, pretty much. And then all I have to do is worry about the right side. So this is what the double Mabel looks like, and this is what I would actually do, probably against a formation that looked like this. You know, I'm not as familiar with it, I'm not as used to going against it. The double Mabel is super effective against, like, everything. So until you can kind of gauge what he likes to do with it, then you can go into the cover 2 shell and mess around with who you're manning up and stuff like that. And that's not to say that you can't man people up now, you know, and then just throw your curl flat. Now you have a cover 3 shell, you're pretty much doing the same exact thing, you know. Switch up your man exactly based on tendencies, and then there's not going to be really much difference. But the shell. And so that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I hope this helped. I know Bunch is a little jerk to go against, but I have had no struggles against it. Everyone has been boxed. All you have to worry about is the playmaker, and that guy is cross-manned anyways, so there's only one way he's going to be able to playmaker, and that is really useful when you're in zone and you're a user alone in the middle. Having someone manned up on him, it's going to only be able to make him be able to playmaker opposite of the way that that guy is going. So a lot of times I'll have him on an in route, and since he's cross-manned, he's going to be, my corner, or my outside linebacker manned up on him, is going to be shading inside. He's going to be running inside with him all the way. So the only playmaker direction you have to worry about with that playmaker is left or right, depending on which side of the field they are. But I hope this really helped. I know it really helped me. It's super, super effective. Everyone's just so flustered when you run this. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I upload tons of like stream highlights. Most of my videos are stream highlights. I'm streaming almost every day, 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day sometimes. Sometimes I even hit 8 hours. But the link is in my description to my Twitch. And peace.